Hey folks, today we are diving into the world of cultural representation and signifying practices inspired by the thought provoking book Cultural Representation and Signifying Practices by Stuart Hall. In this book, the chapters explores the concept of representation in various ways. But first, let's understand the significance of representation in culture. Culture is all about shared meanings. It's how we collectively make sense of the world around us. And what's the key medium for creating and exchanging those meanings? Language. Language is the primary tool we use to make sense of things. It's how we produce and communicate meaning. In essence, it's the cornerstone of culture and is deeply intertwined with culture, values, and meaning. But how does language construct meaning? How does it facilitate the sharing of understanding and interpretation? It does so through representation. Language allows us to use signs and symbols, whether they are spoken words, written text, images, music, or even objects, to represent our concepts, ideas, and feelings to others. Language operates as a representational system. It's through language that we convey thoughts, ideas, and emotions in a culture. In other words, it's how we represent meaning. This central role of language in meaning production forms the foundation of the book's core message. Each of its 6 chapters delves into the production and circulation of meaning through language in unique ways, exploring various examples and social practices. So, as we embark on this exploration inspired by cultural representation and signifying practices, we will dissect how language and representation intersect in different contexts and how they contribute to the creation of shared meanings within culture. In traditional definitions, culture was often described as embodying the best that has been thought and said in a society. It encompassed the great ideas represented in classic works of literature, art, music, and philosophy, what we call high culture. Another framing of culture was the contrast between high culture and popular culture. High culture represented the classical and esteemed aspects of a society, cultural heritage, while popular culture encompassed everyday forms of entertainment, music, literature, and leisure activity. In more recent years, a shift has occurred in social and human sciences. The term culture has come to refer to what's distinctive about the way of life of a people, community, nation, or social group. This is often called the anthropological definition. Alternatively, culture can describe the shared values of a group or society with a more sociological emphasis. The cultural turn in fields like cultural studies and the sociology of culture has emphasized the importance of meaning in the definition of culture. Rather than focusing solely on cultural objects, culture is seen as a process, a set of practices. It's about the production and exchange of meanings, the giving and taking of meaning among the members of a society. Culture in this view is about shared interpretations. People belonging to the same culture interpret the world in roughly similar ways and can express their thoughts and feelings about it in ways that are mutually understandable. Culture depends on its participants interpreting the world and making sense of it collectively. The multifaceted nature of culture. It's not just about objects or practices, it's about shared interpretation and the exchange of meaning. As we explore this concept further in upcoming videos, keep in mind that culture is a dynamic and evolving phenomenon. Culture often emphasizes shared meanings, but it's important to remember that within any culture, diversity of meanings about various topics exists. There's never just one way of interpreting or representing something. Additionally, culture isn't solely cognitive. It's not just about concepts and ideas. It's also about feelings, attachments, and emotions. These elements are equally integral to culture as concepts and ideas. Even our facial expressions convey meaning about who we are, that is identity, and what we are feeling, that is our emotion. These non-verbal cues are part of cultural communication and can be understood by others, even without explicit messages. Cultural meanings extend beyond the realm of thoughts and feelings. They also play a crucial role in organizing social practices and regulating conduct. In essence, culture influences our behavior and has practical effects. Culture is not a static, it's a dynamic process. It's people within a culture who give meaning to objects, events, and each other. Objects often have multiple meanings depending on the context and used within different language games. Language is a privileged medium for conveying meaning in culture. It allows us to express thoughts, emotions, and concepts, making them comprehensible to others. It's the foundation of shared interpretation. Culture also plays a pivotal role in identity construction. It shapes how we perceive ourselves and how other perceives us. It's about belonging and self-identification. So as we journey through this exploration of culture, meaning, and representation, remember that culture isn't just about shared ideas. It's about shared interpretations, emotions, and practices. It's a vibrant and ever evolving aspect of our lives. In my upcoming videos, I will be talking further about the significance of language mentioned in the book. Till then, have a great day.